And live from the rinks, it's Wednesday night hockey on the Long Island Sports Network. First of two varsity matchups here tonight. East Islip Chiefs taking on the Longwood Lions in their first season at the varsity level. Starting goaltenders, Christopher Permiani will make his 9th start of the season for Longwood. He's the lone goalie on the bench tonight. Anthony Frega out of the lineup with a lower body injury. In their first meeting, East Islip's won 14-1. Ryan Anatra, who will be out of the lineup, scored the game-winning goal in that one. Nicholas Giganti scored the lone goal for Longwood. Starting goaltender for East Islip, it's going to be Corey McGovern, making his 6th start of the season. He's won 3 games this year. Ended up starting a couple games that Brody Dixon entered late due to, I believe it was, an issue with his left pad once, and the second time was when the entirety of EI and Sachem's leading scorers showed up at the start of the second period in that Sunday night game a few weeks ago. EI a bit short-handed. They will be without their JV call-ups that they've been using to overcome some of the injury issues they've had. So no Peter Marizito, no Tierney Resinello. Christopher Waller is out of the lineup, unrelated to that, of course. He spent last year with the JV level. He's been a solid piece for the varsity squad. So Brody Dixon, normally a netminder, he's skating out here tonight. You can see him shooting right there. Actually, a pretty decent skater, irregardless of position. For Longwood, Benny Rodriguez is out. He's suspended. Jason Rowland is out of the lineup. Cole Del Bianco, Griffin Braun, Nicholas Frey, all out. Leading scorers for tonight's matchup, Thomas Ivers leads all scorers with 14 total goals. He's tied with Anthony Pepe for that mark, with 4 EI at least. Anatra will not play. A game served situation as we are fast approaching the playoffs. EI sitting in first place. So it's going to be his 4th game out of the lineup. Leading scorer from Longwood, it's Brandon Shorman. He's got 3 hat tricks on the year. 12 goals, 4 assists, 16 points in 13 games. He spent last year with the Middle Country Cougars, came to Longwood through the draft, has already beaten his marks from last season, and they're still, including tonight's matchup, 7 more games to go for Longwood. And the horn sounds, so we're about to get underway here shortly. Once again, Corey McGovern, Christopher Permiani, the starters tonight. One goalie for each squad, though presumably Dixon could grab his pads if needed. For EI, he will be skating out tonight once again. Gonna mention that briefly. Now, we await both teams' starting lineups taking the ice here at the rinks. Don't forget to follow the Long Island Sports Network on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter for the latest game recaps, highlights, and analysis. Don't forget to check out the LI Hockey website by the Long Island Sports Network, where we do the heavy lifting for you when you can't catch all the varsity games. All the articles covering those matchups, both here in Suffolk County and a couple across county lines when we broadcast those games in Nassau, all available on our website. Walter will start with Pepe and Ivers, matched up against Giganti. Asmoon appears a third forward on that line. Will be Keegan with Lamachia, and I believe that's going to be Joseph Golid on the blue line. Ryan Slattery, Jack McGarry on the other side for EI at the point. The face-off is one back, comes to Slattery. Looks D to D. Moves it to McGarry. Pass comes to Keegan, turnover. Forced by the Longwood forward. Nearly poked off his stick, and then a D to D pass goes awry for Longwood. Pepe will reset. Give and go with Slattery. Heads up ice. Pass ends up being broken up by Gigante, recovered by Walter. He's separated from the puck by Asmoon. Longwood gets a second clear. That was Lamacchia that time. McGarry will pick it up. He's under pressure from Asmoon. Longwood scored the first 2 goals in their loss to KPC. As another turnover forced by Golwood. EI looking to get it in deep. Puck comes to Pepe at the point. His shot's turned aside by the paddle of Premiani. Ivers will collect the rebound. Looks to circle the zone. Keegan couldn't get a stick on it. Ivers moves it over to Slattery. Looking for the shot. That ends up being deflected in front. Keegan picks it up for Longwood. Turnover. Shot from Walter goes wide. And Keegan will pick it up. Turnover forced by Pepe as the puck bounced on Keegan. EI will get a partial change. Pepe fires it on net. Premiani will cover it. We get our first stoppage of the game with 13:43 remaining in the first period. Longwood forcing a couple turnovers. Weren't able to capitalize, however. So now Jack Dolson centering the second line. He's been moved from center to defense multiple times this season. Still only a sophomore. Key piece for EI this season and moving forward. As a turnover forced at the line. It's a clear by Beaudry, but recovered by Marizito, and it's poked off his stick by Schuerman. It comes to Carino, pressured. Goes D to D. Freeland picks it up. Pass across. Deflected. Lena gets it. And a second attempt. Schuerman forcing the turnover. Coming in on his backhand. Pulls up. Turnover forced. Chiefs look to head the other way. Puck coming to Marizito. To Carino. Looking for the shot. Turned aside by the blocker of Premiani. Battle along the boards. Beaudry moves it up. Can't get it out of the zone. Second attempt. And Longwood gets the clear. Schuerman on the forecheck as EI chips it back in. Paduano will recover it beneath his own goal line. Looking up ice. Holds it. Pass comes to Gigante off the boards. He's racing up ice. Separated from the puck. A nice stick lift there from Godbout. And now Chiefs looking to head the other way. Turnover forced at the line. Second attempt. EI got it in. They were offsides. Paduano separating Godbout from the puck as Schuerman now heads up ice with speed. Coming in. Poked off his stick. A nice play there by Lafata. As Evan Lafata, 12. And White forced a turnover. Now he receives a pass from Luke Lafata off the wall. No icing on the play. Storm forces a turnover. Puck comes all the way around the wall. McGarry with the keep. Pass intended for Godbout. Play is broken up by Paduano. And now heading the other way, it's Kyle May. Poked off his skate. Good back check there by Luke Lafata. Then a turnover forced by Gigante and then Evan Lafata. Lamacchia goes for the clear. Takes a bad bounce for Longwood. Luke Lafata coming in. Fires a shot that's deflected. Racing after it now. Gigante gains the zone. Fires a shot that's deflected into the netting, and we get a whistle with 11:38 remaining in the first frame. And it appears that Roland actually is drawing into the lineup. We previously mentioned that he would not. Appears to be an error on our part. My apologies for that. He's lined up with Lamacchia here tonight on the blue line. Face off, controlled by EI. They look to flip it up and out of the zone. Good keep by Lamacchia initially. Pepe picks it up and tries to thread the needle on a pass to Ivers. Icing is waved off. Roland sends it up the wall. A good keep by a pinching McGarry. EI gets to work on the cycle. Shot from Pepe off the bar. Gigante gets the clear. Can't settle it. Slattery sends it back in. Officials deemed the play on sides, or Pepe checked up, and now we get a whistle. And that comes with 11:08. It appears that it will be an offsides call. There's no penalty on the play. Schuerman will be in the dot versus Dolson. Wins the face-off back. Pass up the wall. Lena forces the turnover. Asmoon and Schuerman entering the fray, trying to regain control for Longwood. Keegan ends up with possession. Golod takes over under pressure. Up the wall to Keegan. Looking for the pass. Gets to Schuerman, gets it to Golod. Pass intended for Schuerman. Goes awry, ends up being dumped in. Freeland looking to move it up the wall. Longwood forces a turnover. Coming in at Schuerman. On the backhand, looking for the shot. Pulls up. Under pressure. Pass is deflected. Keegan, escape turn. Looking for the pass in front. Can't connect. Going to come around the wall. Golod. Pinching in. Can't hold the line. Paduano will take over. Under pressure from Marizito. His pass. Looking for Keegan. Was intercepted by Dolson, who pulls up. Makes his move. Gains the zone. Looking for the shot. Can't find one he likes. Lex to dump it in. Golod chasing after it. Lena looking to keep it in. Initially he does. Puck is sent around the boards. Golod picks it up. Has possession still. Goes to Schuerman on the near side wall. Resets to Paduano. Second attempt. Pass comes to Asmoon, who settles it. Resets under pressure. Pass intended for Keegan. Skips his stick and it's going to be picked up by Freeland. Goes D to D with Lena. And his pass intended for Freno is turned over. Schuerman coming in. Fires a shot that's turned aside by McGovern. Second attempt goes off the back of the net. Heading the other way now with speed. Slattery, the defenseman, cutting to the outside. Pass across. Can't connect. Luke Lafata collects it on the far side half wall. Works it down back to Slattery on the cycle. The pass is deflected. Comes to Schuerman, who just flips it up. And icing on the play, as Longwood tried to feather that one down the ice without drawing an icing, of course. Piers Ruland left the ice and then came back to the bench. Gigante in the dot against Evan Lafata, who wins it to Luke Lafata. Moves it to Slattery, his shot. Blocked by Gigante. Settles it. Heads up ice. Cutting in. The outside. Looks for a shot, and it's turned aside by McGovern. We get another whistle here with 8:55 remaining. Longwood with a couple early shots. Trying to find the momentum they had early on against KPC. First-year program, of course. The draw is one back. Storm trying to get the keep, can't. Second effort by LaMacchia. He forces the turnover. Mercado trying to settle it. Puck comes to McGarry, who will reset. Providing pressure with Beaudry. Puck is sent up the far side wall to Godbout. Looking up ice to Evan Lafata. Can't find him, so he ends up passing it across ice to Slattery, who has it poked off a stick momentarily by Gigante. Regains control. He's got Lafata with him. Continues to carry. Shot turned aside by Premiani. Rebound. Ends up behind the goal line. Luke Lafata. Pass comes to the dot. Shot. Turned aside. Rebound is free. Second attempt. And that's poked wide. It's going to be picked up by Slattery. Coming back in. Longwood forces Slattery to reset. Ends up accidentally moving it in to neutral zone. And as Longwood gets a partial change, Evan Lafata looks to cut up ice, poked off his stick. Kyle May can't send it the rest of the way. Ivers has gained the zone now, cutting into the slot, looking for the shot. Can't get enough on it. It was partially blocked, I believe, by Schuerman, who ends up deflecting it up, but not out of, ends up being deflected up and not out of play. LaMacchia now battling for Ivers for it. And the good second effort there by Perullo. Shot by Pepe is turned aside. It's going to be picked up by Dixon. Normally a netminder, of course, as Ivers regains control of the puck. Pass comes down to the point. Freeland with possession. Pass from the near side dot. Dixon recovers, works it down low. Right in front, pass to him. Can't settle on the backhand. Pepe's shot goes over the net. Rebound is still free. EI recovers. Pepe, his shot's blocked. Puck goes out of play. We get a stoppage. 7:04 remaining in the period. Game is scoreless here at the rinks. Don't forget to follow the Long Island Sports Network at LI Sports Network for all its game recaps, highlights, news, and analysis. Dolson, we matched up in the dot against Schuerman. Face-off is won back by Dolson to Freeland. Works it down the wall. And Marizito takes over. Pass to the point, comes to Freeland, looks for the shot, deflected, in the slot, tied up, turned aside by Premiani. Marizito on the rebound, his shot goes high and wide, rings off the wall. Asmoon racing against Freeland, picks up speed, but can't settle the puck immediately. Gains possession now, still tied up, on his backhand, looking to cut towards the net, makes the escape turn, fires a shot that's turned aside off the pad of Keegan. Marizito flips it up and out. Rowland now goes to settle it. Moves up the boards to Asmoon, gets caught in his skates. EI forcing a turnover. Dolson with the toe drag, coming in on the backhand. Escape turn, pass to the point. Lena looking for the shot. Off the iron again. Couple posts in the first frame for the Chiefs. Puck comes back out to the point. McGarry. Shot towards the net is deflected off the boot of Carino. Picked up by Anthony Marizito. Comes to Lawrence Lena. He works it back down the wall on the pass to Marizito. That ends up with Jason Rowland, who sends it back up the wall. Lawrence Lena had it skip his stick, and now racing after it's William Keegan. But it comes to Jack McGarry, whose pass comes to Jack Dolson, who gains the zone. Pass comes to Anthony Marizito. His shot goes wide. Rebound. Dolson turned aside by Premiani, and it's cleared out. Christopher Premiani shutting the door that time as McGarry's pass is deflected. Comes to Luke Lafata. Shot towards the net, blocked, knocked down by Keegan. Makes a nice move there. Still looking for the clear under pressure. Gets it out of the zone, but possession will end up with EI. And now it comes to Evan Lafata, who gains the line. Fires a shot, and he scores! Fired it right through the legs of Rowland. Used the Longwood defenders a partial screen there, as that shot beats Premiani. And it is a 1-0 game in favor of EI, and you're going to see Lafana gains the zone there. Fires that shot, and it's hard to track. That puck might have... Don't believe it was deflected, but as a goaltender, you have to anticipate that. This time, Premiani can't get the stop after a few clutch ones early on. Faceoff was won by EI. They couldn't get the zone entry. They're resetting now. Jack McGarry puts it off the wall. And Gigante breaks the play up, looking to settle it. Lead pass broken up. Ivers gains the zone, cutting in, poked off his stick. Golod picks it up. Pass off the wall. Skips past McGarry. Slattery picks it up. Mercado on the forecheck. Nice move by Slattery to beat him. Heading up ice now with speed. Gains the zone. Looking for the pass across. Can't thread the needle on that one to Walter. Puck comes back up to the point. Held in by McGarry. Pass comes across to Thomas Ivers. Walks in on the backhand. Pass across, deflected. Rebound comes to Beaudry. Second attempt, third attempt. Walter puts it wide. Pepe tries to stuff it short side. That won't go either. Picked up by Ivers. Pass to the left side half wall. Carried around. McGarry with possession. Drops it off to Slattery. Walks in. Tries to drop it off for Ivers. Puck comes back to Pepe. Coming in against Beaudry. Beats him outside. Cuts back in. Fires shot off the iron again. EI has hit 3 pipes here so far. Premiani, solid positioning, forcing them to be somewhat selective as another shot turned aside by Premiani. We get another stoppage. The Longwood netminder makes the stop. So with 3:47 remaining in the period, it's a 1-score game. Jack Dolson in the dot versus Brandon Schurman. Face-off is one forward by Dolson, comes to Longwood. The clear slips by Lena. Under pressure now from Perullo. Cross-ice pass, comes to Marizito. He fires it in. Brody Dixon on the forecheck. Picks it up, sends it back around the glass. That one high rising. Comes to Freeland on the other side, under pressure. Schurman forces a turnover. Heading up ice, gains the zone, coming in, splits the defense, coming in, shot turned aside by McGovern. And that's what Brandon Schurman brings to this team. Speed, skill, tenacity, and you see it on this play as he splits the defense. And he did this to give Longwood a 2-goal lead against KPC, so we see it from him throughout the game. That time he can't find the back of the net. Face-off tied up by Evan Lafata. Perullo comes away with it. Shot gloved by McGovern. A golden opportunity for Longwood to even the score. They couldn't find the back of the net that time. Face-off tied up by LaFonda. Shearman forced turnover. Shot turned aside from McGovern. May tried to glove it down, but now heading the other way. It's Evan LaFonda cutting outside. Fires a shot. That's blockered into the netting by Premiani. We get another stoppage. This one coming with 2:57 remaining in the first frame. Flurry of stoppages following a flurry of shots that, to the credit of both netminders, they haven't given up many rebounds. And those they have been well controlled and corralled to the outside by the respective defenses for the Chiefs and the Lions. Evan LaFonda in the dot versus Aiden Asmoon. LaFonda wins it back. Comes to Kieran Freeland. His shot's deflected. Keegan trying to thread the needle. Can't connect with Asmoon. A nice play there. Just couldn't finish the job. Asmoon back in the dot versus Evan LaFonda. One back. Shot from the point. They score! And it is now a 2-0 game in favor of EI, and you're going to see it here on the face-off again. So important to win these draws. The puck is won cleanly to Godbout. He's going to fire this shot that makes its way through traffic. You see a lot of bodies in front of the net, and for Longwood, you're going to want to start boxing those defenders out, force them to the outside, and outside of that, I mean, not really much they can do there. For the most part, the positioning was perfect, but it's now a 2-0 lead for EI. Puck is put off the wall, comes to Pepe, resets to Lawrence Lena. Cross ice feed comes to Ivers. He cuts to the outside of goal. It looks to cut back in. A great defensive play by Gigante. And a pass comes across, collected off the far side wall by McGarry. Carries it beneath the goal line. Under pressure from Rulin. Tried to make the pass to the crease. Made its way to Ivers at the point. His shot deflected. Rebound comes to Pepe. Looks for a shot. That's turned aside by Premiani. Pepe picks it up. Pass across deflected by Asmoon. Keegan racing after it. Potential 2-on-1 for Longwood. Keegan coming in, trying to fire it to Asmoon. He collects it off the far wall. Pulls up against Dixon. Puts it through his legs. Continues to skate with it. Has it poked off his stick. A nice defensive play there for EI. Heading the other way, Thomas Ivers. Goalie trying to keep him to the outside. And Ivers carries beneath the goal line. Pass intended for Pepe. Broken up. Loose puck. That one's sent into the corner by Longwood. Gigante can't settle it. Comes back to Ivers in the slot. Carries in on his backhand. Pass across. Can't connect. Stick of Walters lifted. Shot turned aside by Premiani. Second and third attempt. They score. And with 1:21 remaining in regulation, a rebound after Premiani makes the first couple stops. And well, EI extends the lead to 3-0. And you see the first stop by Premiani. Puck continues to be loose. Walter can't bury it. And Pepe settles that one and fires it past. Face-off is won by EI off the draw. Pass comes to McGarry. He has to settle it. And the lead pass to Dolson. Coming in, it's Carino. Cuts inside on his backhand forehand shot, turned aside. And we get a stoppage as Longwood appears to be heading on the PK. And after the goal by Anthony Pepe, assisted by Luke Walter and Thomas Ivers, a penalty to Perullo. That'll put EI on the power play. Goals from Godbout and Evan LaFonda here tonight for EI as well. Godbout has 2 points in the game, as does Evan LaFonda. Face-off is won back by EI, but they won it back too far. Dolson gets it, works it up ice. Marizito carries it in, pulls up, sets up shop on the half wall before moving it over to Slattery at the point. Pulls up, Moves it across to Dolson. Hooks across. Marizito, Slattery shot, pass, and they score. McGarry, a nice play. Net front, it's a power play goal for EI. It is now a 4-0 game in favor of the Chiefs, and this is one of the most dangerous power plays in the league, and McGarry uncovered on the back door, goes for the wraparound, and that's all she wrote. 29.9 seconds remaining to be exact. Shorman in the dot versus Evan LaFata. Face off. Controlled by Longwood. Lamacchia sends it up the boards. Chasing after it was Shorman. Now Slattery goes D-to-D to McGarry. Worked it over to LaFata. Nice pass there. And now Luke LaFata will carry in. Pass intended for Evan LaFata. Goes awry. Beaudry looks to head the other way. McGarry forces the turnover. Resets to Brian Slattery, who will carry it behind his own goal line, and that should do it for the period. After 15 minutes of regulation, it's going to be a 4-0 lead for the East Islip Chiefs. And just taking a quick look at the standings, this is obviously an EI team that currently in first place after a loss and a tie by KPC in recent weeks. One, of course, coming against EI, and obviously the tie against Ward Melville cost them in the standings, but when you actually take a look at the power play goals scored this year, EI right at the top. They're tied with the Smithtown Hauppauge Bulls. The Bulls actually have played one more game, so after tonight and after this goal, they should retake the lead. And they have 22 points in 13 games. Difference right now is goal differential. This Longwood team, they know how to score. They got a plus 51 goal differential on the year. That's the second highest mark behind Sachem, who was previously ranked first until they got knocked off by KPC, and then a 5-4 loss to EI. Face off at center, Gigante versus Ivers. Ivers gets the better from that time. Comes to Kieran Freeland under pressure from Asmuin. Moves it to Luke Walter, and then a nice pass to Slattery, who puts it off the wall. Ivers collects. Now looks to turn up ice. Cross the red line, gains the zone, cutting to the outside on his backhand, cuts in, pass across. Shot won't go, a save from Premiani. Puck comes up the wall, but Freeland keeps it in. Another pass across, intercepted by Gigante. Sent up the wall, kept in by Lena. His shot turned aside. Gets caught in the skates of Ivers, comes up the wall. Lena with another strong keep. Then it's taken off the stick of Dixon. Walking in now, Lena. Shot. Dixon on the rebound, and he scores. Brody Dixon, his first of the season. It is now a 5-0 lead for EI. Just capitalizing. Might have actually been Walter who gets. We're going to see if it's Walter or Dixon momentarily. 10 and 0 respectively, so my apologies. It's going to be Luke Walter assisted by Dixon and Ivers. Schuerman has it now. Makes his move against Lena. Longwood trying to get to work in the offensive zone, but cleared out. Marizito, lead pass, comes to Carino. He fires a shot, and a save by Premiani. Rebound is free on the other side, and it's carried to safety by Golod. Coming in 2-on-2 with Schuerman. Fires a shot, that goes just wide of the crease. Rowland picks it up, tries to fire a shot on net. That ends up being deflected. Lena trying to spring Carino. Schuerman back on the play, poked off his stick. Marizito racing after it against Schuerman. Goes to Ruland. Backhand pass. Nice play there. Beaudry gets the clear. Trying to chip and chase. Good touch. Didn't put enough on that for icing. And it's going to be picked up by Alina beneath his own goal line as Longwood gets a partial change. Longwood, of course, as well as EI. Long change for both squads this period as Freeland's knocked off the puck by May. It's going to come to Ruland beneath the goal line. Comes back up to the point. Slattery with the shot. Turned aside by Premiani. We get a whistle. And the Longwood netminder with another key save for his club. And with Jack McGarry's first career varsity goal, congratulations to him. You get one from Luke Walter, his second of the season. And we'll go through the rest of the scores as the night progresses, of course. Godbout's second of the year. Face-off has been controlled by Longwood. Battle for possession, though. It comes to Luke Lafata. To the point. Slattery. Back to Luke Lafata. Walking in. Fires a shot that's deflected by Giganti on the block. McGarry takes over. Pass across. Broken up. Comes to Luke Lafata. He fires a shot, and that's stopped by Premiani. Face off, won by EI, comes to Godbout. He scored from that spot on the opposite side of the shot. Ices that shot by Giganti. It's not by Giganti, but it's tipped by Giganti, and it goes into the net, unfortunately, for Longwood. And it happens on the defensive side of the puck. I can speak to my own personal experience back when I played, what feels like 100 years ago, but he ends up deflecting that one past Premiani. A tough break for Longwood for sure. That comes with 12:29. I believe that will be credited as Godbout's second of the game, which would make it 3 total. Face-off is controlled by the Chiefs. Turnover force coming in. Keegan to his backhand. Pass across. Finds Asmund. Fires a shot. That glances off the glove of McGovern. Golod with the keep against Luke Lafata. Schuerman comes to support. Holds the line momentarily. And now we get a whistle. That comes with 12:06. Apologies, clock got a bit frozen on me there, my apologies. So after Evan Lafata opens the scoring for his 5th of the year, or 6th of the year rather. You have 2 goals from Godbout, the 2nd and the 6th. That moves him to 3. Pepe has his 15th. Jack McGarry has his 1st. 6-0 in favor of EI. The face-off has been won back. Lena sends it up the wall. Golod with the keep. Under pressure, turnover, nearly forced by Pepe. Longwood checks up as they try and regain the zone, but the puck comes to Ivers. And then to Schuerman. Good work on the back check there. Asmoon. He's had a solid performance, just had some bad bounces come his way. And now EI takes over, trying to regain possession. Keegan forces another turnover. And now Premiani will cover it under pressure. 11:31 remaining in the period. Face off, won by Ivers, pass across, deflected, and then he backhands it in. Thomas Ivers makes it a 7-0 game in favor of EI. On the backhand there. Premiani headed to his bench. Giganti on the other side appears to be warming up, or at least joking to warm up and trying to show a sense of humor about it. Obviously some frustration from Lions netminder, who's been peppered here tonight. That was Ivers' first of the game. It's his 15th of the season. He has 2 assists, which moved him to 32. Face off at center. Gigante versus Dolson. Dolson gets the better of him that time. Carino enters the zone against Beaudry. Corrects that with Storm as the pass intended for Marizito goes awry. There's a penalty on the play that went against Roland. My apologies for missing that one. There's 1:48 remaining on that. As EI now looks to reset up ice. Turnover forced by Storm. Gigante coming in, short-handed, 2-on-2, fires a shot, that's deflected. McGovern makes the stop. And then a second attempt comes to the point. Storm with possession, he fires that one back in. And now EI gets the zone exit. Marizito coming in, looking to drop it off. He does to Dolson, who ducks a hit from LaMacchia. Second effort by LaMacchia breaks up that play. Backhands it up the wall. Dolson recovers. Moves it to the point. Lena fires a shot that's deflected by Marizito, but does not go. Freeland chips it back in. Longwood looking for a clear. Gigante will get it. Carino will reset. Roland in the box currently. He fires a shot that's shouldered aside by Permiani. And another shot turned aside. It appears Permiani was actually the one calling out Roland. Roland is serving it, and now another goal, this time by Jack Dolson, coming on the power play. And it's now an 8-score game. That's Dolson's 4 for the season. It was an unsportsmanlike misconduct that led to Permiani. Now EI leads by 8, and Longwood will look settle back into things as there's another face-off at center. Evan LaFada heading to the bench. Appears to be an equipment issue. He's back out on the ice now, so might have just been explaining what's going on to the bench. So as the officials discuss with the scorers table, just a quick reminder to follow the LI Sports Network on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter for all latest game recaps, highlights, and analysis. Face off. It's won by LaFada. Battling to secure it is Godbout as Evan LaFada chips in. Peduano can't settle it. Godbout on the forecheck. He's got 2 here tonight. And Peduano tries to knock him off the puck. Dixon providing pressure. Godbout with the wraparound attempt that's turned aside by Permiani. Resets it. Tried to bounce that off the back of the defender. Wouldn't go. Evan LaFada works it back down the wall, but put too much air under it. Goal odds going to collect on the other side. And he'll send it the length of the ice. We'll get another stoppage. This one coming with 9:25 remaining in the period. It's an 8-0 lead for the Chiefs. Face off, and it's controlled by Longwood. LaMacchia heading up ice, and he sends that one into the scorer's booth. (8-0) game. LaFada wins the draw back, comes to Dixon, makes a move against Asmoon. Little give and go, trying to settle it, ends up in his skates. Asmoon picks it up, heads the other way for the Longwood Lions, cutting in, chips it past. McGarry picks up speed as he regains possession in the corner, looking for the pass, has LaMacchia. Unable to thread the needle, poked off his stick, heading the other way. Evan LaFada pulls up, escape turn at the blue line, looking for the pass across, comes to Dixon. He fires a shot, it's deflected. Godbout on the loose puck against Gigante, comes to LaMacchia. And then a shot towards the net is gloved down by Asmoon. LaMacchia trying to get the clear. Godbout holds it in to Dixon, and that shot's turned aside by Permiani. Evan LaFada picks it up. Pass intended for Dixon is broken up. Roland looking for the clear. Fresh out of the box, serving the Permiani minor. He chips it up but not past Slattery. Good second effort there, but LaFada forces the turnover. Pass comes across to Ivers, to Godbout, who steps into it. Looking for the shot. That goes high. Picked up on the other side by LaMacchia, who has a younger brother, much younger, actually, I believe he's middle school age, playing for the developmental program currently. Slattery heading the other way now, chips it in against Asmoon. Gigante will chase, goes off the back of the net there. And then Gigante's pass goes awry, shot from the point, deflected, they score. And the goal, this time by, I believe, Slattery on the redirection. Gives Longwood, or rather, puts Longwood down by 9. Permiani just correcting his equipment that time. Appeared to be an issue with his helmet as Sherman wins it back. Might have actually been getting his water. Irregardless, play is resumed. Pepe forcing a turnover against Mercado. Pass comes to Ivers. Looking across. Can't thread the needle of Freeland. Beaudry sends it around the wall. Picked up by Ivers. To Pepe beneath the goal line. Pass. Shot, turned aside, that one coming off stick of Freeland. Schuerman heading the other way. Ends up being knocked off the puck by Lena. Strong defensive play. Sent around the wall. Can't be held in by Mercado. Paduano will chase, recovers. Has Storm on the other side. Freeland provides pressure, forces the turnover. Pepe back to Freeland, trying to settle it. Looking for the shot. It's taken off his stick by Schuerman. He flips it up and out off the glass. Lena has it taken off a stick by Schuerman, racing after it. A good effort by Ivers. Schuerman continuing to work, forcing the turnover that time. Fires a shot. Rebound. Won't go. A good chance for Longwood. On the clearing attempt, Schuerman got a stick on it, but Ivers heading the other way. Looking to Pepe. Gets the Freeland shot, and he scores. And it's a 10-0 game. Kieran Freeland with his second of the season. Face off at center, Gigante versus Dolson. When EI is at full strength, Dolson has spent majority of the night, or majority of the game, playing defense. He actually started out as the first line center in the 5-4 win against Sachem. It's been a key piece for them as Longwood sends it length the ice. Icing is waved off as that one trickles to a stop right above the goal line. Then a pass to Walter. Racing in, Gigante nearly forces a turnover. Walter gets it back. Lead pass comes to Dolson. He's got Marizito on the other side. Finds Walter, but it goes through his legs. Just a bit behind him that time as the pass intended for Carino. Turnover nearly forced. Lena holds the line. Roland ducks a hit on the pass. Comes out to the point. Lena gets his skate on it. Turnover is forced. Dolson under pressure. Resets to McGarry. Back to Lena. Lead pass to Marizito. He gains the zone. Coming in on his backhand. Taken away by Gigante. Golod racing after it against Walter. Walter works it to Dolson. Turnover forced. Picked up by May. Under pressure. EI forces a turnover in transition. Pass intended for Walter broken up. Another strong play by Golod. The puck sent back in. Roland collects. Looking up ice. Has Gigante, but the pass is deflected. A strong play by Jack Dolson. Picked back up by McGarry now. He settles it, goes D to D to Slattery. Lead pass to Walter. Ends up with Roland. He fires it up and out. McGarry gets a stick on Gigante racing in. He's angled off the puck. Good second effort by Asmoon there, trying to force a turnover, but now heading the other way. Dolson 2-on-1 with Walter, looking for the pass. Continues to skate it. ends up moving it to Rowland, who fires into the official, nearly knocks him off balance. EI continuing to drive. Walter with the shot, he scores. Bar down beauty for Luke Walter, his third of the season. Scorers table discussing with Longwood. And it appears a determination has been made. Opening draw, Sherman against Lafada. And the face-off is one back to Slattery. Lead pass intended for Dixon. Settles it. Now gains the zone. Coming in. Makes a couple moves. Cutting in still. Gets separated from the puck. Strong defensive play. Lafada. Cross. Comes to Dixon in the slot. Fires a shot. Turned aside. And the rebound won't go. We get a whistle. Premiani with the key stop. In the dot, Schuerman versus Lafada. One back, D to D, Carino. Collected on the wall by Dixon. Walter, correction, that's Lafada, 80. Couldn't see the full number there. Now heading the other way. Schuerman with speed, gains the zone, pulls up, looking for the pass across, finds Keegan. Keegan fires a shot that's turned aside. Asmoon trying to collect. Generating a couple chances for Longwood there as they continue to press before Walter forced a turnover. Shipping it past Lamachia, but now Schuerman recollects. Lead pass is deflected. Lamachia collects, gains the zone. Taken away. Lead pass comes to Dixon. Schuerman forces the turnover. Can't settle it now. Keegan trying to gain the zone. Ends up caught in his skates. Racing after it now. Asmoon on the back check as well as Schuerman. Luke Lafada gains the zone. Looking across. Pass is deflected. Dixon trying to settle the puck. But it comes to Asmoon. Tries to flip it through the defenseman to Schuerman. Flip it through the EI defenseman to Schuerman. Now Lena carrying it in. Backhands it. It's the opposite corner. Pepe up to Ivers. Schuerman will provide pressure. Tries to force a turnover. He does, but Ivers regains possession, re-enters the zone. Looks for the drop pass. Can't find it, so sends it around the wall. Walter will pick it up. Under pressure from Lamachia, separated from the puck. Ivers picks it back up. Pass to Carino. Looking for the pass, can't find it. Works it back down low on the cycle. Pepe now against Asmoon. And Schuerman forces the turnover for Longwood. Looking up the boards, comes to Asmoon. Lead pass to Keegan. With speed, racing it against Lena. And Lena with the strong poke check. Ivers continues to collect the puck. Looks up ice. Finds Carino. And he pulls up, resets. Flip pass intended for Ivers. Intercepted by the boot of Schuerman. But Thomas Ivers recovers, moves it to Luke Walter, who enters the zone. Pass comes across. Coming in, circling the net. Continuing to skate with it. Comes to Ivers. And a turnover forced by Paduano. Longwood gets the zone exit. Paduano recollects the puck after Asmoon deflected it back to him. Under pressure and now heading up ice. EI has another turnover force. This time it was Carino. Forced again by Schuerman. This line getting the work for Longwood. But now EI clears the zone. Storm back, 2-on-1. Ivers dumps it in. He's at the end of his shift. He'll go for a change as Peduano picks it up. Tries to fire the lead pass to Scheuerman, who gains the zone. Has Asmoon. Fires a shot that goes over the net. Was looking for the pass, couldn't find it. Good job by EI on the defensive end. Storm fires it in. Asmoon collects on the cycle. Looking for the pass to Scheuerman. Puck is loose. Longwood can't get a shot off. A good chance. And now EI, Pepe, flips it up, but not out of play. The period will expire. And we'll head to the third period. EI with a flurry of scoring chances. They capitalized on a few. Congratulations to Jack McGarry. I believe that's his first varsity goal. I believe we said that earlier in the broadcast. Just want to double check that. And he spent last year with the JV program, had a very strong season at that level. Ends up getting a couple of varsity games in. Had 2 assists, just did not score at that point. So this is his first career varsity goal. Scores for tonight's matchup. Luke Walter has a hat trick, his first at the varsity level. He's got 1 assist on the night. Liam Godbout has 2 goals on the night. That gives him 3. He's got another assist. That's another 3 points. Ivers has 3 helpers. The league's leading setup man moves to 33 on the season. Kieran Freeland has 1 tally, his second of the season. Evan Lafada with 2 and 1. And a big season for Lafada at this level. He hasn't necessarily racked up the points, but last year's leading scorer from the JV squad is tasked with playing some tough two-way minutes. He's acquitted himself well this year, and he's going to be a big part of this program moving forward. And when you look at last year, 23 goals, 15 assists, 38 points at the JV level. It may not seem like 13 is necessarily a huge step, but the reality is it is when you're playing a second line role and you have Ivers, you have Pepe, you have Anatra, who is again currently out of the lineup, but that impacts your ice time, and Lafada has put together a solid showing both with and without key pieces in the lineup. Pepe in the dot versus Gigante. It's 1 back to Rutland. On his backhand, under pressure from Dixon, ends up sending it length of the ice, but it's waved off as it went under the stick of Brody Dixon. Slattery looking for Dixon, who's hanging behind the defense, picks it up, coming in, Rutland racing back. Brody Dixon's shot turned aside. A big save for Christopher Permiani. Picked up by Gigante, escapes pressure that time. Carrying it in, separated from the puck, second effort, poked off his stick. And Ivers now collects. Looking up ice. Enters the zone. Pulls up along the left side half wall, ends up going behind the goal. And then a shot from Dixon's turned aside. He collects the rebound. Ivers back to Dixon. Off the back of the net. Continuing the battle, Ivers comes in, collects the puck. Under pressure. Comes to Pepe. And we get a whistle. We'll wait for the official determination from the officials. We get the update from the scorer's booth, of course. Appears that Dixon's the one heading to the box. There is no player for Longwood heading to the box. And that will put Longwood on the power play. Asmoon, Perula, Scheuerman, May, and Lamacchia out. For Longwood, the face-off is won by EI. Good defensive zone draw win for Evan Lafada. Now McGarry under pressure, and Lafada works it up. But not out of the zone. Luke Lafada there gets the clear, and now Scheuerman re-enters. Evan Lafada forcing him to pull up. And it's delayed offsides going against Longwood, a strong defensive play by Evan Lafada. Sent up the wall. EI gets the clear. Now it comes back to Schuerman, who carries it up ice with speed. Gains the zone, cutting in to the outside. McGarry forcing him to pull up. Luke Lafada coming in to support. Schuerman maintains possession on the backhand. Pass to the front. Asmoon can't get the one-timer. Rather the tap in, and then Lamacchia shot. Rebound comes free. Lafada on it. Schuerman, great effort. Shot. That one goes into netting. We get another stoppage. And the penalty to Brody Dixon was for slashing. It was the first 2-minute minor committed by EI in the game. Face off. Won by Gigante. His shot's deflected into the glass. The penalty will expire here as puck is knocked down by Dolson on the PK. Longwood regained possession. Carino now picks it up. Moves it beneath the goal line. Gigante puts it off the mask of McGovern, trying to redirect it, and then Carino gets the clear. Puck comes to Storm. He resets, looks up ice. Keegan has a chance on the breakaway. Racing back, it's Carino. Keegan fires a shot, and that's stopped by McGovern. A good chance, nonetheless, for the Lions. So it'll be a defensive zone draw. Gigante in the dot versus, I believe it's going to be Luke Lafada this time. And EI gets the clear. Walter gains the zone, pulls up, chips it in, he'll chase. Puck comes back up the wall to Freeland, back to Walter. Cutting into the slot, looking for a pass. Puts it off the wall. Comes to Evan Lafada. Back across to Luke. Both Lafada brothers capable of playing center. Evan the lefty, Luke the righty. So they tend to split those draws when lined up together. Freeland back to Luke Lafada. Pass comes back to Kieran Freeland. Back down to Lafada. Escaping May that time. For moving it over to Walter, to Luke Lafada. Pass to Lena under pressure. To Freeland. Off the wall, May providing pressure, but Walter sends it up the boards. Back to Freeland. Moves it over to Walter. To Evan Lafada, who drops it off to Luke Lafada. Pressured by Storm. Pass in the skates of Evan Lafada. He settles it. Moves it to the points to Lawrence Lena. Works it back to Luke Lafada, to Luke Walter. And then it comes back to Luke Lafada, back to Kieran Freeland at the point, pressured by May. Chips it in. Evan Lafada under pressure from Ruland. Separated from the puck, Ruland gets the clear. Now it's chipped in by EI. They'll get a change as Gigante collects, has Schuerman, who now collects the puck, heads up ice. He's got Gigante on the other side. Ends up carrying it in. Tries to split the defense. Good poke check by McGarry. Schuerman has it back. Pass across, deflected. Comes to Keegan. His shot blocked. Walking in again. Makes his move to Schuerman. Fires shot from an off angle. That's stopped by McGovern. We get a stoppage here. You're watching third period action between the East Islip Chiefs and the Longwood Lions on the Long Island Sports Network. And while we might be in the third period of this game, that doesn't mean the night is over. KPC versus Connecticut Sayville coming up next. As the puck comes to Dixon after EI won the draw. Separated from the puck by Mercado, comes to Ivers, backhanded towards the slot. Schuerman forces a turnover under pressure, but he's heading up ice. He's got goal line. Enters on sides. pulls up under pressure. Pepe with the stick lift. He wanted to find Golod on the opposite side. He can't. He's still under pressure. Moves it to Mercado. Ivers takes it away. And now a chance for EI. Schuerman racing back. Dixon with possession. Pokes it wide of the net. Pepe trips Schuerman up. Comes to Ivers. Cross. Dixon. Shot over the net. Ivers under pressure. Escapes. Pass comes across. Dixon looking for the deflection. Couldn't get it. Mercado sends it up the wall. Attempted clear for Longwood. They get it. But they don't maintain possession of the puck as it skips the stick of Golod. McCarthy has it. Looks to Ivers. Will reset in the corner. Golod on the forecheck, harrying him. But the EI centerman gets the clear. Makes a nice move against both Perullo and Asmoon. As he carries it in, looks for the pass to the front. Dixon can't settle it. Pepe gets it. And now beneath the goal line, Paduano forces a turnover. Comes to Asmoon. Chips it off the wall, trying to spring Golod. McGarry will collect it. Carries it beneath his own net. Under pressure from Asmoon. Nice reverse there. Comes to Ivers. Threads the needle on a pass to Dixon. Coming in on his backhand. Poked off his stick. Comes to McGarry. Resets to Pepe. Looking for the open man. Under pressure from LaMacchia. Puck comes to McGarry. There's a penalty on the play. McGovern will stay in his net. Carino under pressure from Asmoon. And a penalty will go against Longwood as Perullo touches the puck. And a power play for the Chiefs. We'll wait and see who's heading to the box. It appears it'll be LaMacchia. It'll be a 2-minute minor going against him. Defensive zone draw, Asmoon versus Dolson, flanked by Dixon and Carino. Asmoon nearly forced a turnover off the draw. Keegan on the back check. Pass comes across. Dixon fires it. Stopped by Premiani. Loose puck. It's covered. And we get another stoppage. Dolson in the dot versus Asmoon. Dolson wins the draw. Pass across. Dixon collects it off the half wall at the top of the dot. Looking for the shot. Fires. It's deflected. Goes wide. Slattery collects on the other side. Finds Dixon. Looks for the shot. Shouldered aside by Premiani. Roland forces the takeaway. Picks up speed as the puck comes to Asmoon. He gains the zone. Fires a shot. That goes off the glove. Rebound is collected on the other side by Keegan. And Roland holds the line. Fires it off the wall. Keegan picks it up beneath the goal line. Under pressure from McGarry. And the puck comes into the corner. Asmoon racing after it. Carino gets tied up. And now a turnover force. Keegan coming in, looking for the shot. Can't get it. Continues on the wraparound attempt. That's turned aside. Went off the back of the net. Good defensive play. And now heading the other way, McGarry. Ended up with Dolson. Actually comes to Slattery now. The penalty to LaMacchia will now expire as Brody Dixon re-enters his zone. Has a stick lifted by Gigante. And now puck comes to Schuerman. Coming in against Freeland. Pulls up. Looking for Gigante. Can't find him. Fires a shot. That's gloved by McGovern. We get another stoppage. Schuerman in the dot versus Evan Lafata. Puck is tied up, comes to Golod. He can't get it. Storm picks it up, chips it off the wall. Schuerman on it. And a shot, turn aside. Schuerman put it through his legs, and that one slips through the crease. A strong save by McGovern as Perula now pinches in, holds the line. Ivers, or correction, that's Evan Lafata, 12, not 13, looking to force the turnover. And Golod forces a turnover. Godbout gets it right back. And then Paduano tried to go for the clear. That won't go. Storm's going to collect it on the other side. Resets it around the wall. Comes to Godbout. Back around. And Schuerman takes over for Longwood. He pulls up against Godbout. Has Luke Lafata on him. Fires a pass across. Golod chips it in. EI will regain possession. Less than 2 minutes remaining in the game. Godbout lead pass. Luke Lafata tries to chip it in. Schuerman knocks it down. Pulls up there. Luke Lafata forces a turnover. Looking for the open man. Finds Pepe. Gets to work on the half wall. Pass comes to Lena. Back to Pepe. And then it comes to Ivers. Now to Pepe. Pass comes across to Freeland. And to Ivers. And then that pass intended for Dixon goes awry. Paduano forces the turnover, sends it up but not out of the zone. Freeland with the keep, looking to Lena. Now it comes to Dixon, looking for the shot. Fires, turned aside, rebound is free. Longwood netminder will cover. As we approach the 1 minute mark of this game, EI appears poised to win 11-0. With Evan Lafata having scored the eventual game-winning goal. Coming up next on the Long Island Sports Network, it'll be the Kings Park Comac Knights versus the Connecticut Sayville BBP T-Birds. His face-off is one forward pass to Dixon. Shot turned aside, no goal. Play will continue. Dixon, second attempt, he scores. And Brody Dixon with his first career varsity goal, skating out for a shorthanded EI squad. And that'll do it as time will expire here at the rinks. EI moves to 11, 1, and 2. Longwood drops to 0-14. Thank you so much for watching on the Long Island Sports Network. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with KPC versus Connecticut Sayville. And for those of you presumably not joining us, have a good night, everyone. Have a happy holidays.